Good evening, friends. Today I am going to speak about one of the important poems which was prescribed to the Patriot University BA English student, and also this common message. The information is essential to all the person because any genre or poetry or prose, fiction, drama, whatever it may be, it is not prescribed to only one person. It is applicable to all the person. It is no time, no time. Any time we can read, we can get pleasure, we can get an opportunity to develop our communication skills, to develop our speaking skills. Listening is more important. Listen more, speak less, and speak more and work. Speak less, work more. That is the things is mentioned here. Listen more to speak, read more to write. That is important. Speak and little, but work more is essential. Now today I am going to speak about the second poem, the Patriot, which is written by Nissim Ezekiel. Nissim Ezekiel, one of the Indian writer in English, the Indian writer in English. He is a very and a renowned person, a well-known person to this world by his poem, "The Night of the Scorpion." "Night of the Scorpion" is also written by the last line end with that mother after 24 hours suffering, they pray at the God and used to say thanks to the God because and the scorpion and stung on me and spare my child. And like this is a very good, nice writer and renowned person, and throughout the world, how did the and the country churchyard, the elegy written in that churchyard become that very famous poem like that. This is also, and the Patriot is also poem, is a famous and very important poem. The Patriot means the person who loves his country, ready to anything for the sake of the country. He loves very much our country. Now what is that? It is the ironical poem. It is that ironical poem to the ironically describes about all Indians in this place. Now going to see about that. The introduction about this author. He is an Indian writer, an English writer. He famous for his writing poetry in English. Poetry in English. He had a long career spanning more than 40 years. 40 years of writing, during which he drastically influenced that literary scene in India. Literary scene in India is mentioned in it. He born in 1924 in Bombay, and Bombay nowadays it is known as that Mumbai. To the Jewish family, they were a part of Mumbai's Marathi speaking Jewish community. Mumbai Marathi speaking Jewish community known as that and Ben Ben Israel, and throughout his career he published poetry some place. Throughout his career he published poetry and some play. He was a professor of English and the reader in American literature in Bombay University in the 1990s. In the 1990s, and the secretary of that Indian branch of International Writer Organization. Indian branch of that International Writer Organizations. Ben Ezekiel was also a mentor of that next generation people, including and Tom Morris, very famous writer, Adit Joswala, and the Give Battle, and he received that Sagatya Academy Award, right? Sagatya Academy Cultural Award in the year of 1983. He's also received that Padma Shri, India's highest honor for that civilian in the year of 1988. He received the Sagatya Academy as well as that Padma Shri award. Padma Shri award. Next award is that Padma Vibhushan. The next award is that Bharat Ratna is that topmost award used to give for that all the and social activist regarding for this. Even Badma's Bharat Ratna award was given to the Tendulkar is also he played because he played cricket in that Indian team, and he always given all his and money, the winning amount and prices, everything to the Indian government for our welfare, for your welfare. That is why India government had given and Bharat Ratna award also for this. Very good, nice person for this. I am also telling this ironically. This poems also deals about ironically. I am a patriot. I am a patriot. I am Indian. I am Tamilan. But what is my dress code? It is a British people. Yeah, British people, but I am not giving importance to the Indian culture, Indian languages, Indian way of life. But I used to lead life of that European, but I used to say I am Indian proudly in this place. That is the things for this. Introduction to this poem, Patriot, Patriot, Patriot. It was written in the year of 1977. The Patriot is an ironical poem that criticizes that Indians adapting that foreign habits. Upon in the 1997s, Indian adapting that foreign habits. The narrator of the poem is a patriot. Narrator. I am also a patriot. Who is narrating? I am narrating. But actually, who is actually narrating? Nissim Ezekiel narratings. But he embraced that foreign habit, foreign dress code, foreign culture, foreign language. I am speaking English, but I am not speaking Hindi. I am not speaking Tamil. I am right now, but Tamil is my mother tongue. Hindi is my national language. Why not Tamil is the national language? Because right, very good things for this. We should not go very deeply and beyond into the matter. Means the concept of this poem, Patriot, and cannot be perceived and understand, conceived. That is that things from here. The narrator of the poem is a patriot, and patriotism is much bigger concept. Patriotism, much concept. Even that Tripur Kumaran sacrificed his life for that Indian independence, holding national flag, and he was beaten by the police and died in that spot. Even in the death conditions, he did not leave that flag, but he keep straighten position. He died sitting in that place for that, and even Mahatma Gandhi and many more people and sacrificed their life and patriot. And now the after 1990, after 1947, the people those who are living, they are not patriot. The people those who are was living before, lived before 1947 is the real patriot, because for our country nation independent, they have sacrificed all the wealth, all the life, all the things, but they lost everything. They did not get any happiness and lost everything to get independence. But nowadays, people doing all kinds of activities, the funny activities, dishonest activities, immoral activities. But we are called as Indian, the patriot. I can't read it. They will not do anything for our country, many things. Still, Ezekiel prefer to define it with that simple and ridiculous act. Ridiculous act. It is narrated in that first person point of view. In this present continuous tense, he has written this poem. It's a temporary thing. It will be changed for this. The poem outlines different trend that Indian adapting from the foreigners defeating Indian culture and traditions, foreigners defeating that Indian culture, Indian tradition, Indian language, Indian way of life, Indian way of agriculture and other things, and the different, yeah, were the defeating, and we were failed. Only we changed that administrator, the slave of that foreigners. We are on the such a people we are appointing, the slave to the foreigners. Because the foreigners struggle a lot to take the wealth of India to their foreign countries. Nowadays, these people, they are agent. Our prime minister, our cabinet ministers, and all the chief ministers and ministers and MLAs, they are agent and working here and administrating this country for the welfare of the Europe, the welfare of the and Western countries and America, Russia, Britain, Canada, because working for that, they are not working for our. That is why they are changing made in India to become that make in India, because it gives lot of job. But they are also patriot. How that should be accepted? How it is affected? The theme of this poem is that patriot is an ironical poem that I am also criticizes that Indian adopting the foreign habits, and the narrator of this foreign culture and foreign food and foreign language or anything say, the narrator is that poem of patriot. The patriotism is much bigger concept, yet the Nissim prefer to define it with the simple and ridiculous act. And we all have adopted from the foreign culture, right? Adopted, but we said that I am Indian. We cannot differentiate one Indian prime minister and Indian foreign American president or any other person. We cannot differentiate who is an Indian. Only for that facial appearance, the way of speaking, we can identify that. But all people wear the coat. Not go for any place with Indian attires, Indian culture, or many more things for this. Now I am going to write that wonderful and verses of that, lyrics of that and Nissim Ezekiel. It is a very simple poem and easy to anybody can read and perceive the meaning of this poem. That is essential. The students can understand and lead that very helpful life. I am standing for peace and non-violence. Why world is fighting, till fighting. How many fightings happened in this interim election in Erode? Fighting between the parties. Why not choose that one candidate by that area people? But all that Tamil Nadu people and ministers, MLAs and private organization people and all the party people go on fighting to elect only one person to the assembly. And that is fighting everywhere. All over India is fighting to establish the government for our welfare or your welfare. And what welfare? What is the position of that India nowadays is getting down for this? I am standing for peace and non-violence. Everybody want the peace. Everybody want the non-violence. Then why you spending maximum amount of that national capital to buy the weapons and spend that money for that soldiers and army? They are not making any creative task. They are devastating all the things in this place from here. Why all the people of the world? Why would why world is fighting? Why world is fighting? And why all people of the world are not following Mahatma Gandhi? They want to put the garland to the statue of Mahatma Gandhi. They want to commemorate the Gandhi Jayanti or many more things. But they don't. They want to install that Gandhi statue, but they will not live like a Gandhi. They should not go. Don't have any rights to go and put all the things and dishonest. Gandhi did save anything to his family members, but what you are doing, how, and even that all the people are ready to put garland to Kamaraja, garland to Anna, garland to Patriot, but they are not live like all these people. What is the use of that? Why world is fighting? Why all the people of the world are not following Mahatma Gandhi? I am, if that Russia and Ukraine follow that Mahatma Gandhi rules, there is no rule. There is no war, there is no right, there is no death, there is no suffering between, there is no loss of this public welfare, there is no destruction of the infrastructures of this both country. Why they not to give importance for that truth and non-violence? This is not the Kantian concept. This is that the soil, the country concept. This is the concept of this Harichandra, the one of that the emperor of this world. And if through that Puranas and drama we come across all the things. But Gandhiji had given an example for that, emblem for that example, role models, and lived and followed that principle of Harichandra. But all the people we have to follow his these two words, peace and non-violence. But all the people want that noise and trouble and problem regarding with this. I am simply not understanding the ancient Indians' wisdom is 100% is correct. Ancient Indian wisdom is 100% is correct. Most knowledgeable, they did not study in the university, they did not study in the college, they did not even complete the school, but they were wisest person. I should say even 100% is our ancient forefathers are correct. But we are incorrect because of this our foolishness, insane attitude for this. But modern generation, but yesterday I told about that in Central University, only one particular community and the class of the people is working in that university, 203 people, only 3 candidates from the history, not a single person in that. How can you develop these countries? Highly it is not possible with these people living for food without any problem for this. But modern generation is neglecting, they think like they are too much going for that fashion and foreign things. Too much of people is going for fashion and that foreign and things, and they want that foreign food and foreign instrument, foreign equipments, and also foreign way of dress coding, foreign way of life, and many things. Other day I am reading newspaper, and the next day all the people, all Indians are too much going for fashion and also foreign things. If Indian things we will not buy, Tamilian things we will not buy. If we buy the foreign things, even in that liquor, beer, brandy, whiskey also spoil our mind. Toddy is also spoil our mind, but toddy give more physical health. But it will spoil that mind as well as physical health. But they are giving importance to the foreign goods, not for that our and country things. On that next day, second part. The other day I am reading the newspaper. Nissim Ezekiel used to read the newspaper. Every day I am reading the Times of India. But I try to read that the Hindu newspaper. Every day Nissim Ezekiel used to read Times of India to improve and his English language. Why we cannot read the Times of India daily to improve our English language? Without reading, without listening, without writing, we must have that very good language. Means how it is possible? How it is possible from this? How? And one Gunda fellow, Gunda means rowdies, and the rules breakers, and dishonest person, and the fellow threw stone at Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi was that prime minister in those times. Her father spent a lot of time in that prisons. That is why his father spent more than 60 years world in the parliament under their control. And next she also become, and her son also, her grandson also try to become that. No other wise man in this country and many more places. Must be that students, unrest fellows. I am thinking, friends, Roman countrymen, I am saying to myself, lend me the years. So lend me years. Everything is coming. Regeneration, remuneration, and contraption. Contraption means and regeneration. New birth, newborn, all the people, yes, newborn to follow the foreign people. and for to lead that dishonest people and lead life of this greedy people. Indians are that generous-minded person. Now they all become that narrow-minded person. Then remuneration and salary, money. It is not given to that money paid for that work service and kaimaru and udiyam. It is not given remuneration. Then contraction and also the family planning is happening. Before 1947, during that Mahagavi Bharati period, only 30 crore people. If you did that actually a contraption to all the people, how that Indian population increased into that 130 crore people? Everything is that and hypocritical statement. We cannot believe anything for that. You want one glass less, yes, and patiently, brothers, regeneration and remuneration and contraption is not happen. Be patiently, brothers and sisters. You want one glass of lassi? You want lassi? Lassi is that delicious drinks which is made by curd mixed with sugar and salt blend into that some machine given very good nice fine things good for our and stomach as well as our eyes many more things very good for that digestion. Whenever you have digestive problem, drink that lassi. If you feel more heat and release drinks and buttermilk or many Indian drinks are there, everything is banned. Very good for that digestions with a little salt and lovely drinks and better than wine. But all the people, but I don't like to drink the wine. Even the Nissim Ezekiel also himself said in this poem, he did not like to drink the wine means they hope for that art or something. And he did not, I am a teetotaler. He said that he did not drink wine. Wine is the good for and health. Wine is that otherwise stands for blood of Jesus Christ, which is given in that Roman Catholic Church and all the Christian churches. And not that I am over ever tasting the wine. I did not taste that wine. What is the wine? If you put that, if you put a grape juice and keep in a vessel for 3 days or 1 week, after that automatically that will become a wine. Now I did not taste the wine. The wine is not made from any other things. Keep the buy the fruits and wash it, clean it, and make as a juice with it is and skin everything, and put equal amount of that. If 100, 1 handful of grape means 1 handful of 2 handful of sugar. Keep 1 week, automatically that will become wine. If you drink that, no harm and no problems like this. I am total teetotalers and completely total, but I say because he did not have that any merit of the drinking of liquor and also smoking and using the bad words and eating too much like that. He is a total teetotaler. Teetotalers are there. Teetotalers only for not drinking and not speaking with any other woman, not go for gambling or any other things. But he did not know anything regarding with this. I am a teetotaler. Total teetotaler means zero and zero dishonest things happen, and he did not indulge any bad habit. That is called total teetotaler. Teetotaler only means some bad habits is there, but he is called and a total teetotaler means not a small amount of even that single bad habit in his life he did not do like that. But I am not a total teetotaler and also teetotaler. I have all the and habit. I tasted all kinds of drinks regarding for this. But I am ironically said I am Indian. Yes, and foreigners. What do you think that prospect? But I say the wine is for the drunkard only. It is a wrong statement. Wine is for the drunkard. There is a regular habitual drinking person. He is not go and touch the wine. He only go for strong drinks like brandy, whiskey, gin, rum, like that, and rum, like that. Now the wine is for that drunkard only. The wine is not a drunkard. The wine is for that all the weak people, and also like this. What do you think of that prospects of the world peace? What do you think about that? How can you sustain that world peace? How can we sustain? We have to Yadamure Yavarangeli. If you have that concept in your mind, you can sustain that peace. If you are a total teetotaler, all the people should give importance for honesty, equality, and also rights to all the people. Means there is a possibilities to sustain that world peace. Yeah, even that Abdul Kalam is also used to say like this. You know very well. I said many videos repeated same thing. There is a virtue in the heart. There is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the house. When there is harmony in the house, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. So order is the most the virtuous things, a beautiful character, harmonious situation, order in the nation, and then only we can. Without all these things, highly not possible to peace. Pakistan and behavings like this, behaving always they want that Kashmir, always wants to get everything from this. Pakistan behaving like this, China behaving like that. China wants to have the Arunachal Pradesh. Pakistan wants to have the India and Kashmir and many more places. Means what about India? And why it is now China behaving like that? It is making me really sad. It's really sad. I am telling you, really the most harassing me when I think about this deal of the China and Pakistan towards India. It will hurt my heart. It will make more pain. Injuries in it. That is very good. All men are brothers. No. All men are brothers. All are my brothers and sisters. And we have to give respect to all the people. We are taking what in India is also Gujarati is there, Maharashtrian is there, Hindiwala is there, Tamilan is there, Canadian is there, Malayali is there. Then how can all our brothers? It is not possible. Though discrimination, segregation should be stopped. Though someone are that having the funny habit, ridiculous habit, some are having that funny, ridiculous activities. What is the ridiculous activities? Yadum Mure Yavaram Kelir. But the people are not allowed moving from one freely regarding for the funny habits. Still, you tolerate me. I am Tiwala. People used to say, I am emerged my level from Tiwala, but he used to wear the coat daily lakhs and lakhs of rupees, 10 lakh and also 1 crore. And put eating that costly, expensive. It is funny things is not. And so eating some mushroom from the foreign countries, that will not stop your death. That will not increase your lifespan. That will reduce. But our simple and humble food only and add more health to your body. That is more important. The funny habits. Still you tolerate me. Still you tolerate me. I tolerate you. One day Ram Rajya is surely coming. Ram Rajya is, we are living in the Ram Rajya only. But in the future will come, means Ravana Rajya will come. That is that logic. That is that Ravana was killed, his Rajya was destroyed. Now he is established Ram Rajyam. And that Ram Rajyams will be destroyed, Ravana Rajya will be established. This is my perception, my statement to that people. You are going. But you will visit again. You are going, you will visit again. Anytime, any day. I am not believing in the ceremony. I am not in what ceremony? The Republic Day, Independence Day, and all the days of this great India. I don't like to celebrate all these things. It's always I am enjoying your company. I am always enjoying your company and your friendship. That is more important than and any other things from here. So we must enjoy your company and the companionships, friendships and peacefulness, narrow-mindedness. That is very, very important to lead that peaceful life in this world. Then only we are, if you give more importance to that Indian way of life, and Indian way of culture, Indian way of Indian languages and Indian things, Indian fashion, Indian dress code, means you are a patriot. But and following all the foreign things and having foreign things, like very much to have that foreign language. If I say that patriot, நான் வந்து தியாகியா patriotனா the person who is ready to sacrifice his life to the welfare of this country. If any bad things happen, ready to sacrifice his life To save this name of our country is essential from here. Very good, nice poem which was written by Patriot. If we wear that Indian dress code and many more things, then only we can. The establishment of Ram Raj, establishment of this, the peaceful world, the real democracy is required. Real democracy is required. That is, with this, the rest of the things definitely will make rights. Definitely bring lot of problems to all the people. Not possible to enjoy any happiness. Again, you try to and suppress and oppress the people means not possible to lead life in this world. Thank you, friends, for watching my video. I hope you will LSS like, subscribe, share, and cox that bell buttons to get all notice to watch my all the videos. You have to listen lot to speak and exactly and more, that is essential. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Bye.